Hell yeah. No, I appreciate the transparency. It's definitely like not for, not for everyone. I kind of have always had a fascination for it.
You played the game, so like I
Yeah,
understand that.
I was going to say maybe it does stem a
Because
little bit from
like NBA, I probably watch like the top 10 picks, but I'm like going in on all these prospects, especially now with these
yeah.
European guys, dude. Like, I just love finding like random names. Like, I remember when we picked Jovic, I like knew about him solely off of reading like in like the boom docs of these blog posts, and then just watching like forget what Euro team he was a part of, but I was watching his like Euro. He was like 17 years old. I'm like, bro, this motherfucker might be nice. So I like that portion of it, but for football, like I'm not a I never been coached, never put on pads, so like I don't know like what to look for with that sort of thing.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense. Definitely. I mean, ever since I dabbled in like some of my earliest roots of sports journalism unofficially was when I was in high school, and I would just make up mock drafts, and
Hell yeah,
I had a not a burner, but a Twitter, like a sports Twitter that I would just
hell yeah.
tweet out all my sports stuff on, so I didn't annoy all my high school peeps. Um, but that was like kind of some of my roots of sports journalism, and ever since I discovered all 22 film
Mm-hmm.
is available on YouTube for just anybody, it's a game changer. So some of it's harder to find nowadays than others, but a couple of the guys that I'm going to talk about, it's all there. They're the big guns. I didn't dive in as much as I wanted to this year, like deep. I don't know why. I just got a lot of shit going on. Life is just annoying. I don't know. Every day is just something else. I'm like, but last night I was like, all right, it's NFL draft time, baby. And quarterbacks, always, of course, you got to talk
Yeah,
about
gotta talk
quarterbacks.
about quarterbacks.
But wide receivers, that was my position, so that could definitely contribute.
Yeah.
It's just my favorite position to watch, to break down, to rank, to make predictions, just whatever. And this class is one of the best. We've had a lot of good wide receiver classes in recent memory, though. But this is a really, really, really good. At least the top three. The top three could all be ones in any normal draft class. The top three could all be ones. If we're not talking about like a Jamar Chase or like a Julio Jones or an AJ Green. Marvin Harrison Jr., obviously, but Malik Neighbors, Roman Dunze, they are number ones. They're
Okay.
number ones.
So, for the sake of we're on an hour and 15. I don't want to make this a 2-hour episode, but
Yeah,
I think
15, 20 minutes.
yeah, I think quarterback and wide receiver seems to be the main sort of headline and story going into this draft. So I'll kind of keep it in the confines of that. But I got various questions I want to ask you, but I want to start with quarterback. Not really big news, but news from the NFL today. Zach Wilson traded to the Denver Broncos. Obviously, there's a lot going on in that organization. It's a big old dumpster fire. They have the 12th pick, I believe, in this draft, right? 12th pick? I think so.
It's a good thing to pull up.
I think they're on the 12th pick. But regardless, a couple questions for you. So I just want to hear your thoughts on the Zach Wilson deal. And I've been hearing murmurs maybe they want to trade up for J.J. McCarthy or maybe get a quarterback in there. So, like, I don't know. How do you make sense of what Denver's doing, like what they're doing in the quarterback room, and are they going to address it?
Yeah, so they do have the 12th pick.
Yeah.
It's tough because I think that unless they trade up, I don't know if quarterback isn't, at least like first round quarterback is an option. But then there are guys like, Michael Penix, Bo Nix, like guys you can get late who, I mean, I could see a Bo Nix, Zach Wilson quarterback room. And who else?
That quarterback room would be chucking bombs during practice.
Yeah.
Just bombs.
Who else do they have?
In their quarterback room?
Yeah. Who am I missing? I'm blanking. Who the hell's their
I'm
quarterback?
trying to think who started after Russell Wilson.
It was Stidham, isn't it?
I saw an interesting stat as you kind of look that up. Feel free to interject when you get that back up. But it was I'm only bringing up the Broncos because I saw it when I was at the gym today. They were on the talking heads on the TV, and they went through all their quarterbacks, and in like the past, basically post Peyton Manning,
Yeah.
and Trevor Siemian has the best record out of a starting quarterback for the Broncos at like 13-11. I think Russell Wilson was 10-11, and that was like the second best. But he was the only quarterback with a winning record, and I was like, Trevor Siemian, wow. And I remember those sort of Bronco days with Trevor Siemian. Like they were a little exciting there for a hot like 2 to 3 weeks or something like that. But yeah, I just thought that was baffling to me. But they bring in Zach Wilson, the mom lover. Just I wish him nothing but the best. I felt like New York kind of did him dirty, but I just thought that was interesting because then they were talking about they're gonna have to trade up if they want to get one of these top quarterbacks. But I still think like Penix could be an option. But yeah, 12 you might want to look at. They got so many holes in that roster though. I just feel like you gotta invest in something different. Some quarterback will become available.
No doubt, but it is it's Stidham. Their QB1 right now is Jarrett Stidham. Unless you want to make an argument for Ben DiNucci. Anybody want to make an argument for Ben DiNucci here?
Ben DiNucci.
I didn't know he's still in the league, to be honest, but he's the 3 right now. So I think you got to look to. He needs something in there. Like you got to draft. I like Bo Nix. I think Bo Nix would be. I feel like he's Denver. I don't know.
Okay. So do you have the draft order up on your screen right now?
Yep.
All right. Keep that. So I have sticking on quarterbacks. Personally, who are your top 5 quarterbacks in this draft?
Ooh, top 5.
Top 5.
I feel like I think I just laid them all out. Well, I didn't mention obviously Caleb Williams.
Yep.
You want me to rank them?
Yeah, rank them 1 to 5.
I'll go 5 to 1.
Okay.
I'll go Nix just because I don't know. He's like a kind of a question mark to me.
Okay.
But I've seen flashes.
Yeah. Okay.
So if he gets the right situation, I don't know. I can see it. Maybe like a career journeyman backup or something. Penix is 4. I think he could ball in the right situation. Would love him in like a Seattle, but obviously the age, the injury, you gotta knock him down a little bit. 3 is Jaden Daniels. A lot of people are even arguing that he's 1 for them or 2. Obviously was in the Heisman running, put up absurd numbers like 40 touchdowns. But I watched him and I just didn't see a guy who's going to have a long NFL career. First off, he takes way too many hits. So he needs to like do something about that. And he's not big. Like he's not big.
Yeah, he's going to die if you take those hits in the NFL.
Straight up. And also, LSU, prominent program with a couple of guys who I'm about to talk about one of them, but you could argue 2 of their wide receivers are in the top 5 of this class. So great situation compared to a guy like Drake May, who's just one of the shittiest situations of all the shitty. Like I'm trying to think of top quarterback prospects who have been in. I mean, maybe like kind of Zach Wilson, maybe like Zach Wilson-y. Maybe just for the sake of.
What do you?
Oh, go ahead.
What do you mean by bad situation?
Oh yeah, I guess I could elaborate on that. Well, I was gonna, and for the sake of just, I don't know if it's for the sake of being different, but I really do think Drake May is going to be a hell of an NFL quarterback.
Okay.
I mean, North Carolina had a horrible offensive line. Like you can talk about his footwork, but when you look at that offensive line play, the dude was just under duress play after play, and it's going to take a toll on you as the season goes on. We see it in the NFL. Just did not have a good offensive line, dealt with injuries, and his wide receiving core too. Not, there's no huge names, ton of drops. We just put it right in the breadbasket, and just the receiver couldn't come up with the play. So that's kind of what I mean about bad situation, just from what I saw.
Okay.
Then compared to a guy like Caleb Williams, who's putting up 40, 50 points a game, and obviously he's part of that, but also it's USC.
And Pac-12 don't play D.
It's USC, and the Pac-12 don't play defense, exactly. So I'll stick with May.
Okay.
Unless there's anything you want to.
No, I like it.
Say. I just, man, maybe it's like partially a gut thing, but I really do think he's going to be good. One of his worst games was versus NC State, and I went back and watched a little bit of that, and I didn't really think it was that bad. I think there were a few throws, he a little sloppy with his feet, got a little behind on some throws, but they were also playing from behind that entire game, and I wasn't too impressed with like the play call. The play calling, like it was NC State was running man and just a bunch of short routes, some hitches, really wasn't displaying or, helping May display his full capabilities. I don't know. I just thought it was a weird game. And that's one of the games that a lot of people point to as like one of them that knocks him down. I didn't really think it was that bad. I just refuse to believe that teams are this low on him. And I think it's all smokescreen to maybe force Washington to take a guy like Jayden Daniels, who, dude, he's good. He's dynamic. But, like, we might be – like, we got to remember Lamar Jackson won the Heisman, and he has a lot of Lamar in him. And even now, people are still down on Lamar. Like, oh, can he throw? Like, can he do this? Like, he runs too much, takes too many hits, injury prone. So I really do think I definitely put May above Daniels. 1 and 2 are obviously it's Caleb and Drake for me. Caleb and Drake for me.
Respect.
But that's my thing about Drake. I just think he's got a lot of like he can make throws. He's got like Patrick Mahomes-y magic. Like he's got a lot of backyard football in his game, I think. I just hope that in the pros, like Mahomes has the athleticism to kind of hone that in, and he has the brain to hone that in, and the coaching staff and the surroundings to hone that in and help him channel it. I think if May gets in a situation like such, I was going to say New England, but they're kind of in a shitty situation right now. I think he's going to be really good. But then on the flip side, if he goes to a team like Denver or a team like trying to think off the top of my head here, or Washington, yeah, sure, Washington. Like I just that could be it for him, and he takes a couple bad hits. His confidence gets knocked. Yeah, I really do like what I see from Drake May.
Okay, I respect it. No JJ though. Yeah, no. I agree. He's ass. I agree.
No, I just like watch New England take like a late round flyer on him, and he just becomes like the next fucking Tom Brady or something.
I fucking hate that.
Of course. Or you know who might take him? Chargers.
Yeah, John Harbaugh could, but
I can see the Chargers.
And then maybe they make a deal with Herbert. I have no idea, but he seemed to love Herbert though. I don't know. I hope.
Oh, I'm just maybe for just a backup to start,
yeah,
and then
maybe. Yeah, we'll see. Although they're talking about first round pick for JJ. I don't know about that.
Dude, no way.